Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Mangesh Joshi, working as Assistant Professor in Chemistry at Maratha Vidyabhasarak Samaj, Nashik. Friends, in last video we have started addition reactions of the carbon-carbon double bond and addition reactions of the carbon-oxygen double bond. In last video we have seen some reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Those are addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones like hydration, hydrocyanation, as well as formation of acetals, that is addition of alcohols. In this video we will learn about some more addition reactions of the carbonyl groups, that is aldehydes and ketones, addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones. So first reaction we will see the addition reactions of ammonia derivatives to the aldehydes and ketones. Particularly this type of reactions are called as addition elimination reactions. These are somewhat different as compared to the previous reactions. In previous reactions there was a complete addition reactions on the carbonyl group. Here there is the addition. First reaction is addition reaction, and then next step is the elimination reactions. So under the influence of acid catalyst, the ammonia and its derivatives like hydroxylamine, hydrazine, phenylhydrazine, carbazine. So those derivatives condense with the carbonyl compounds, and first it forms the addition products. If the added nucleophile still carries the acidic proton, a subsequent elimination takes place, and hence the reaction is known as addition elimination reaction. So friends, these type of reactions are called as addition elimination reaction. We'll see the examples. So first, suppose this is aldehyde or ketone in acidic conditions. So if acidic condition is there, so it shows an electrophilic addition reaction. So first step is always protonation. So lone pair of this oxygen donated to this proton and will form this oxonium ion. So lone pair lost to the proton, so oxygen proton bond will form, and lone pair lost, so positive charge will be here. Now this carbon will be more electrophilic. So whatever our nucleophile, that is ammonia derivative, that may attack on this carbonyl group, this pi bond will break and this positive charge will be neutralized. Suppose this is our ammonia derivatives. So one of the hydrogen is replaced by any group. So G is any group. So this is primary amine. Primary amine has a nitrogen with lone pair. So this is more basic nucleophilic. So this nitrogen donates its lone pair to the carbon, so this pi bond will break and those pi electron goes to the oxygen. So this oxygen positive charge will be neutralized, carbon oxygen bond will be single, and carbon nitrogen bond will form. So this will be the product. Somewhat this is unstable. So again a deprotation will be there. One of the acidic proton will leave and this positive charge will be neutralized. So we will get this product. This is called as hydroxyl amine. So hydroxyl group is there as well as amine group is also there. This is called as hydroxyl amine. So friends, again nitrogen containing this acidic hydrogen, and to this alpha carbon there is a hydroxyl group. So there will be the elimination reaction. So first step is addition reaction and next will be the elimination reaction. So what will happen? This NH bond, this acidic hydrogen will leave, this sigma electron goes over here. So here will be the pi bond formation. This sigma bond will break, those electron goes to the oxygen. So OH will leave, OH combines with this H. So this reaction is called as elimination reactions as well as condensation reaction. So condensation means byproduct is a water molecule. So see here, this bond will leave, this bond will break, this sigma electrons comes over here. So this single bond is converted double bond, then this single bond is break, this will be OH minus. So OH minus combines with this H plus, it will be the H2O water molecule as a byproduct. So we will get this product. See here, RCH, C double bond N, and this is group. So see the change between this carbonyl group and product. So in carbonyl group and product, so instead of oxygen, just we have to write a nitrogen, and nitrogen carries any other group that you have to write as it is. See the change. So carbonyl group C double bond O is converted to the C double bond N, while remaining all three groups will be same, and this is the group which are present, which was present on this primary amine. These reactions are very sensitive towards the pH, so maximum products will be obtained at optimum pH. Some of the ammonia derivatives like hydroxylamine reacts very fast without catalyst, but some of the derivatives of ammonia like carbazine, semi-carbazine, phenylhydrazine, those are required acid catalyst for the proceeding this reaction. Now you see some examples of these reactions. So this is acetaldehyde. Then in acidic conditions, first step is the protonation. So lone pair loss from this oxygen to the proton. So here will be the oxonium ion. Then if you take this hydroxylamine, now in hydroxylamine there is two hydrogen atoms. One is nitrogen, one is oxygen. Both are electron rich, but ammonium is more nucleophilic than hydroxy. That's why ammonia donates its electron to the carbon. Pi bond will break. Those electron goes to the oxygen. So this addition product will be there. This is called as hydroxylamine addition product. So after this addition reaction, still this acidic hydrogen is there. So this elimination will be there. So this acidic hydrogen leaves with this sigma electrons puts over here. So single bond is converted to the double bond. This single bond will break and this OH minus. So OH minus and H forms a water molecule as a byproduct. So this reaction is called as elimination reactions as well as condensation reaction. So we will get this product acetaldehyde oxide. This C double bond N single bond OH, this type of product is called as oxide. So see the change acetaldehyde and acetaldehyde oxide. So acetaldehyde on addition reaction with hydroxylamine, the product is acetaldehyde oxide. Now this is next reaction, reaction with the acetophenone. So this is the structure of acetophenone. In acidic condition, first step will be the again protonation. So lone pair loss from this oxygen to the proton and oxonium ion will form. So this is addition reactions with this phenylhydrazine. So this is the structure of phenylhydrazine NH2 NHPH. In this case there are two nitrogens, but this is the secondary nitrogen which is electron deficient because of minus R effect of this field. So primary amine is electron rich, it will react with this carbonyl group. So lone pair lost to the carbonyl group, this pi bond will break, this pi electron goes to the oxygen, positive charge will be neutralized. So this is addition reaction. Then this is the acidic proton which is attached to the nitrogen. So there will be the condensation or elimination. So this sigma electron goes over here. So carbon nitrogen bond will be double and carbon oxygen bond will get break and there is a elimination of water molecule. So this is the mechanism and we will get this acetophenone phenylhydrazine. So this type of reactions are there. Acetophenone, the carbonyl group is converted to the phenylhydrazine in presence of phenylhydrazine. So this you should know that carbonyl group on addition with the phenylhydrazine gives you phenylhydrazone. This is another reaction with the semi-carbazine. So this is the structure of acetophenone. First step is protonation. Next is reactions with this is the 2,4-DNP, that is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. So in this structure, that is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine, in short that is called as 2,4-DNP. So again there are two basic nitrogens, but primary amine is more basic. So primary amine donates its lone pair to the carbon, pi bond will break and oxonium ion will be neutralized. So in this way, so carbon nitrogen bond will be formed. Then this acidic hydrogen will leave as a water molecule, makes carbon nitrogen double bond. So this is the product. This is called as 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. So this is the addition product with the acetophenone. So this is called as acetophenone 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. So this type of reaction. Next reactions with the benzaldehyde. So first step is the protonation. So oxonamine formation. Next base is semicarbazine. So structure is NH2, NHCO, NH2. Now in this case there are three nitrogens. See here, NH2, NH and NH2. This is the amide hydrogen. This one is also amide hydrogen. So amide hydrogen nitrogens are electron deficient. So this primary nitrogen will react with the carbonyl carbon. Pi bond will break. Oxygen ion will be neutralized. Then next step is elimination of this acidic hydrogen and OH. So in this way, this sigma bond will break. Carbon nitrogen bond will be double. So single bond of carbon oxygen will break and H2 molecule will leave, and we will get this product that is called as benzaldehyde semicarbazole. So these type of reactions, in short, you can see the structure as well as structure of the starting material and product. So carbon oxygen double bond is converted to carbon nitrogen double bond, and whatever the R group or another group is attached to the nitrogen, that remains on that nitrogen only. Now we'll see the Cannizzaro reaction. This is again another reactions of the carbon oxygen double bond. Cannizzaro reaction in presence of concentrated alkali, the aldehydes containing no alpha hydrogens. So the aldehydes are ketones without alpha hydrogen atoms like formaldehyde, benzaldehyde undergoes self-oxidation and reduction reactions to give a primary alcohol and salt of carboxylic acid. So this is the condensation reactions of the 2 moles of the aldehydes without uh, alpha hydrogen atoms. So like formaldehyde, benzaldehyde. So there will be the self oxidation and self reduction reactions. So one of the molecule will get reduced to alcohol while another molecule will get oxidized to form a salt of carboxylic acid in presence of concentrated alkali. For example, formaldehyde. So two molecules of formaldehyde reacts with the NaOH to form methanol and sodium salt of formate. So sodium salt of formic acid. So there are two starting materials, two molecules of the starting material reacts. So one of the molecule will get reduced to form a alcohol while another molecule will get oxidized to form a sodium salt of formic acid. This is another example, that is benzaldehyde. So two molecules of benzaldehyde when react with the alkali solution, then one of the molecule of benzaldehyde will reduce to form a benzyl alcohol while second molecule will be oxidized to form a sodium salt of benzoic acid. So this is the reduced product while this is oxidized product. This reaction can be done by choosing two different aldehydes like benzaldehyde and formaldehyde. So this type of reactions called as cross Cannizzaro reaction. So one is benzaldehyde, one is formaldehyde, but no aldehyde should contain alpha hydrogen atom. Both aldehydes must be without alpha hydrogen atom. Then what will happen? One of the aldehyde will get oxidized and one of the aldehyde will get reduced. These cross Cannizzaro reactions are somewhat difficult because there will be again self oxidation reduction reactions of each one. So benzaldehyde can react with another molecule of benzaldehyde. Same case for formaldehyde also. One of the formaldehyde can react with the another molecule of formaldehyde. So there will be four products are possible. But in this particular reaction, we will get these two products, that is benzyl alcohol and sodium formate. So in case of cross Cannizzaro reactions, all four products are possible. But if one of the molecule is formaldehyde, then exclusively we will get the sodium salt of or alkali salt of formic acid, because oxidation of formaldehyde will be very fast, very easy oxidation will be there because formaldehyde is very reactive. Now we'll see the mechanism. So under the normal condition, the rate of the reaction is equal to K, that is proportionality constant, into the concentration of aldehyde square into concentration of base. So rate of the reaction is depends upon the substrate as well as alkali solution. Now formaldehyde, we will see the reactions of formaldehyde. So alkali solution is there, so basic medium. So OH, that is acts as a nucleophile. Its attack on the carbonyl carbon, because carbonyl carbon is electron deficient, so this pi bond will get break and O minus will form. See here the mechanism. The negative charge attacks on the carbonyl carbon, pi bond will break, O minus will form. So this alkoxide ion will form. This is the first step. This is the fast step. Second step is a slow step. So in this case, what will happen? O minus comes inside again, and one of the hydrogen taking its sigma electrons attack on the carbonyl carbon of the next molecule, and then this pi bond will break and O minus will form. See the mechanism? This is slow reaction, slow step. This is called as hydride transfer. Hydride transfer means a hydrogen with its sigma electrons transfer from one carbon to the another carbon, called as hydride transfer. Now see the mechanism. This will comes over here. So here will be the pi bond formation. One of the hydrogen taking this sigma electrons attacks on this carbonyl carbon. So it forms a carbonyl carbon, forms a bond with carbonyl carbon. Pi bond will break, those electron goes to the oxygen. So we'll get this formic acid plus methoxide ion. Methoxide ions are acts as a base because these are very unstable. So it immediately abstracts the acidic proton of the formic acid and becomes methanol and formate ion, that is sodium formate molecule. So this sodium formate is the oxidized form of formaldehyde. So this is the oxidized product, while this methanol is a reduced product. I will see the another example of Cannizzaro reaction. Suppose this is the benzaldehyde. So in case of benzaldehyde, again OH acts as a nucleophile, reacts with the carbonyl carbon, pi bond will break, those electron goes to the oxygen and we will get this alkoxide ion. This is the first step. See here, very simple. Your arrows should start with this negative charge and end on this carbonyl carbon, because this is electron rich and this is electron deficient. Then this pi bond will break, this pi electron goes to the oxygen, so oxygen will carry the negative charge. So next step, what will happen? This alkoxide ion reacts with the another molecule of benzaldehyde. So what will happen again? This is the slow step, hydride transfer. So what will happen? This negative charge coming inside carbon oxygen one will be double. One of the hydrogen leaves with taking its electrons. This is a hydride transfer from one molecule to another molecule. Pi bond will break, O minus will form. See here the step. Here this hydrogen will leave over here. This pi bond will break and here will be the negative charge. So we will get benzoic acid and alkoxide ion. And this is more basic. It abstracts a proton from this one benzoic acid. So this is called as exchange of proton. This is very fast process. So we will get this benzyl alcohol and sodium salt of benzoic acid. So this is oxidized product while alcohol is a reduced product. Now we will see the intramolecular Cannizzaro reaction. So glyoxal, that is ethane 1,2-diol, in presence of base undergoes intramolecular hydride transfer to form a glycolate anion, which is in presence of acid gives alpha hydroxy acetic acid. So in intramolecular Cannizzaro reactions, both the carbonyl groups, both the aldehyde group are present into the same compound. That's why this is called as intramolecular Cannizzaro reaction. Intermolecular means in between the two molecules. Intramolecular means within the same molecule. So suppose this is glyoxal. So see here both the aldehydes groups are present in the same compound. So that's why this is called as intramolecular Cannizzaro reaction. So this OH minus acts as a nucleophile. It reacts with one of the carbonyl group, pi bond will break and O minus will form. So first step, this donates its electron to the carbonyl carbon, pi bond will get break and O minus will form and we will get this species. This is called as glycolate anion. Now next step is a hydride transfer. So here this negative charge coming inside, so this hydride shifts from first carbon to second carbon. This pi bond will break, O minus will form and we will get this compound. So one of the carbonyl group will get oxidized while second carbonyl group will get reduced. Now here will be the fast proton exchange and we will get this proton exchange, or this is called as protonation also, no problem. And we will get this compound that is called as alpha hydroxy acetic acid. Alpha hydroxy acetic acid. So this is the carbonyl group and this is the first carbon atom with the carbonyl carbon. This is called as alpha carbon, and at alpha carbon there is a hydroxyl group. That's why this is called as alpha hydroxy acetic acid. Now next reaction, that is Reformatsky reaction. So what is Reformatsky reaction? In aldehyde or ketone, if the aldehyde and ketone is treated with alpha bromoester in presence of zinc, after acid hydrolysis it gives a beta hydroxy ester. This reaction is called as Reformatsky reaction. So in short, the Reformatsky reaction is the addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones in presence of alpha bromoester and zinc as a catalyst gives a product beta hydroxy ester. So product is beta hydroxy ester, starting is aldehyde and ketone. Acetone reacts with alpha bromoethyl acetate in presence of zinc, and acid hydrolysis gives ethyl 3 hydroxy 3 methyl betanon. So this is the example we will see now. So this is the structure of acetone, and this is ethyl 2 bromo acetate. So this is alpha bromoethyl acetate. Very simple. This is the alpha carbon, and alpha carbon, one of the hydrogen, alpha hydrogen is replaced by the bromine. So this is called as alpha bromoethyl acetate. Now in presence of zinc, so first step is a zinc. So there will be the insertion of zinc in between carbon and bromine. So carbanion will be formed, and this carbanion will react with this carbonyl carbon. As we know that carbanion is electron rich, so acts as a nucleophile, and carbonyl carbon is a electron deficient which accept these electrons. So this alpha carbon forms a bond with this carbonyl carbon. So this you have to see the product formation. So alpha carbon forms a bond with carbonyl carbon. So this pi bond will break and O minus will form. This O minus will get protonated again in presence of acidic conditions and water. So hydrolysis, and we will get this product, that is beta hydroxy ester. So this is the ester, and this is the part, red part coming from the acetone and blue part is coming from the ester. So see here, this is the carbonyl carbon. First carbon is alpha carbon, second carbon is beta carbon. So at beta position there is a hydroxyl group. That's why this is called as beta hydroxy ester. So the product is beta hydroxy ester. Particularly this product, the name is ethyl 3 hydroxy 3 methyl butanone. So this is the longest chain, 4 carbon. So here the name is ethyl 3 hydroxy 3 methyl butanone. In short, just see Reformatsky reaction. Alpha carbon of the ester forms a sigma bond with carbonyl carbon. The remaining things you have to keep as it is. So this type of reactions are called as Reformatsky reaction. Now let's see the mechanism. The mechanism involves 3 steps. First step is a carbanion formation, that is insertion of Zn in between carbon alpha carbon and bromine. So this is alpha bromo ethyl acetate in presence of zinc and ether. Ether acts as a solvent. We will get this compound. So this is called as enol of the ester. So what will happen? This Zn get inserted in between carbon and Pr. This carbanion will form. This carbanion again donates electrons over here. So this carbon-carbon double bond will form. This pi bond will get break. O minus will form. And this O minus is stabilized by Zn plus and Br. So this is enol of the ester. It acts as a nucleophile. This carbon-carbon double bond acts as a nucleophile. Second step is a nucleophilic addition to the carbonyl compound. So here this electrons comes over here, so carbon oxygen bond will be double, and this pi bond acts as a nucleophile and reacts with this carbon. So alpha carbon forms a bond with carbonyl carbon, and then this pi bond will get break, O minus will form, and this O minus is stabilized by Zn plus Pr. See the mechanism again. This bond will get break, so carbon oxygen bond will be double. This double bond acts as a nucleophile. So this alpha carbon forms a bond with this carbonyl carbon. Pi bond will get break. O minus will form, and we will get this compound. Now third step is just acid hydrolysis. So what will happen? OZNBr bond breaks and formation of OH. So this is called as beta hydroxy ester. So alpha carbon of the ester forms a sigma bond with carbonyl carbon of the aldehyde or ketone, and the product is beta hydroxy ester. This is another example of Reformatsky reaction, that is methylheptanone in presence of zinc and alpha iodoethyl acetate. So as we know that Reformatsky reaction, alpha carbon forms a bond with this carbonyl carbon, and this carbonyl group is converted to the hydroxyl group. So see the product, alpha carbon forms a bond with this carbonyl carbon, and this double bond oxygen is converted to the OZNI. On hydrolysis it will become OH. So this will be product. This is called as beta hydroxy ester. So remaining R group, whatever it may be, it remains as it is. Alpha carbon of the ester forms a bond with carbonyl carbon, and at the carbonyl carbon there will be the hydroxy. So this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. At beta carbon there is a hydroxy. That's why this is called as beta hydroxy ester. Thank you friends. Thank you for the watching. This is the end of our addition reaction chapter. Thank you once again.